Good evening, and thank you so much for coming. We're very excited and very happy to tell you this wonderful, amazing story. Yeah, it's been a good journey. So sit back, relax, and enjoy A Wrinkle in Time.
It is time. What's it? Time to dispute it for heaven's sake. Time flies by.
Oh, but I wish there was no wind. It is so difficult to manage in these clothes.
Abonesto, vernum, bonum, nihil, deterrent. Seneca, nothing deters a good man from doing what is honorable.
Yes, of course, Sue. I know. All that I'm saying is that these clothes...
All right, girls. There's not all the time in the world.
She's right, which is always right.
Let us begin. It was a dark and stormy night. In her attic bedroom, Margaret and Murray sat and watched the trees tossing and the frenzied lashing of the wind.
I hate this weather. It's the worst it's ever been. It's going to blow the house down. I'm sure of it. Or at least the roof. It's a hurricane, and it's going to blow the roof off, and I'm going to be tossed into the wild night sky, and no one will notice because they're all asleep, and I'm stuck in this attic all alone. I hate this attic. It's not just the weather. It's the weather on top of everything. On top of me. On top of Meg Murray doing everything all wrong.
It's all wrong, really, Mag. I don't understand how a child with parents as brilliant as yours is supposed to be can be such a poor student.
Who cares about stupid school anyhow?
If you don't manage to do a little better, you'll have to stay back next year. I realize there may be some trouble at home, but
Why do they always bring up my family?
Hey, Megatron, what's up with your baby brother?
Shut up, Chris.
He can't even talk yet.
So, what do you care?
He's like retarded, right?
Don't say that. Take it back.
Or what? What are you gonna do about it?
Miss Murray, in my office again, fighting this time?
Not my fault.
Margaret, you know you can't beat up everyone who makes remarks about your little brother.
I can try.
Do you enjoy being the most uncooperative child in school?
really, Mag.
How are things at home? Are you...
Everything's fine at home.
Margaret, don't you think you make a better adjustment to your life if you just face facts?
If you just face the facts of the situation...
Why don't you just face the facts about your father?
Leave my father out of it.
Meg, don't worry about Charles Wallace.
But,
There's nothing the matter with him.
I just don't want him to be dumb, like me.
Well, Meg, you're not dumb. Your development just has to go at its own pace. It just happens to be the slower pace than usual.
Yes, but how do you know? You just don't think I'm dumb because that's what you have to believe. You're my father, right? Right? Why must everything bad happen to me? I'll make myself some cocoa. That'll cheer me up. And at least if the roof blows off, I won't blow off with it. Umbra, hush! You wake up the whole house? Charles Wallace, do not do that.
What? Wait for you?
Why don't you just come up to the attic? I've been scared stiff.
Ruth, I need to be down. You want some cocoa, right? I have it ready. It's hot, but not scalding. Just how you like it.
Charles.
What?
How'd you know I'd be down and want some cocoa?
I can't quite explain it. You tell me, that's all. Everything about you tells me.
Read my mind?
I don't think it's that. It's being able to understand a sort of language, if I concentrate very hard. It's like being able to understand the wind talking to the trees.
Hey, just don't tell anybody you could do that, all right?
Could you check the stove? I don't want the milk to burn.
Or milk on. Why?
I thought Mother might like some.
Like some what?
Cocoa. I have it ready. Mother's ready for a cocoa, Meg.
That would be lovely, Charles, dear. But please not so loud, unless you'd like the twins downstairs as well.
Let's be exclusive. It's my new word for the day.
Prodigious. Thank you, Meg. And oh, let me take a look at that bruise. Come here.
I hate my hair. It's not anything like yours. I should just get it all cut off.
Hush, Meg. You do not know the meaning of moderation, do you? A happy medium is something I wonder if you'll ever learn. That's a nasty bruise the Henderson girl gave you.
Prodigious.
By the way, her mother called up to let me know about how badly you hurt her. But considering that she's at least a year older and 25 pounds heavier than you are, I thought I was the one who ought to be doing the complaining. But she seemed to think that it was all your fault.
No matter what I do, people always seem to think it's my fault. It's been an awful week. I feel a bad feeling.
You know why, Meg?
No, it's just I hate being the oddball. I try to pretend I'm not, but it isn't any help.
You are much too straightforward to pretend to be something you're not, Meg. I'm sorry. Maybe if your father were here. I'm afraid you're just going to have to give yourself some time. Then maybe things will be easier for you. But that isn't much help right now, is it?
What's it?
What's it stand for?
Supposed to be haunted? That's where Miss Watson and her two friends live.
Charles, you know you're not supposed to leave the property without my permission.
I know. That's one of the reasons why I didn't tell you. I wanted to be exclusive about them for a little while.
Charles.
I don't like this one. It's going to blow the house down.
Meg, this house has stood up for almost 200 years. I think it'll last a little longer. What's Fort barking at?
It's the tramp. I'm sure it's the tramp.
A tramp?
What tramp?
They were saying at the post office this afternoon that a tramp had stolen all Mrs. Buncombe's sheets.
We'd better sit on the pillowcases then. I'm sure not even a tramp would be out on a night like this. Just let me go see.
I'll go with you.
No, Meg, you stay with Charles Wallace. Just wait until Oh!
Mother.
What a sweet doggy. Labrador, isn't it?
Mrs. Whatsit, what are you doing here at this time of night?
Now, don't you be worried, Charles, dear.
Mrs. What's it? Says that she's lost her way.
It isn't so much that I lost my way, that I got blown off course. And when I realized that I was at little Charles Wallace's house, I thought I might stop by and rest a bit before proceeding on my way.
How did you know this was Charles Wallace's house?
Oh, by the smell.
The smell?
My, but it is lovely and warm in here. I've only been in the neighborhood a short while, and I didn't think I'd like any of the neighbors at all, until dear little Charles Wallace popped by.
Would you care for some hot cocoa, Miss Whatsit?
Charmed, I'm sure.
Then please, sit down.
Thank you.
Miss Whatsit, why did you take all of Miss Buncombe's sheets?
Well, I needed them, Charles, dear.
You took them?
You must return them at once.
But Charles, dear, I can't. I've used them.
Here you are.
Thank you, my dear. Charles, tell your sister that I'm all right. Tell her my intentions are good.
The road to hell is paved with good intentions.
My, but isn't he cunning? Who would love that quote?
Who?
Exactly. Do you mind if I take off my boots?
No, not at all.
Thank you. My feet are ever so wet. Do you hear them squelching? The trouble is, my boots are a mite too tight, and I can never seem to take them off by myself.
I'll help you.
You're not strong enough.
Then I'll help.
Mother!
Meg, grab a bucket. There's about to be quite a bit of water in here.
Oh, there is. I assure you.
Why don't you stay? It's much too wild of a night to travel in.
Oh, but wild nights are my glory.
At least until your socks are dry.
I don't mind wet socks. I just don't like the water squelching around in my boots. Don't worry about me. I'll be on my way just as soon as this boot... Whoa!
Are you all right, Miss Whatsit?
If you have some liniment, I'll put on my dignity. I think it's sprained.
Let me help you up.
By the way, Pet, speaking of ways, there is such a thing as a tesseract.
What did you just say?
I said there is such a thing as a tesseract. Thanks for the cocoa. Toto!
Miss What's-It, wait.
Mother, what's the matter?
Tesseract.
What did she say, Mother?
Miss What's-It says goodbye.
Oh, Meg, Charles Wallace, you'll never wake up tomorrow morning. You two better head to bed.
But Mother.
Meg, make sure that Charles Wallace gets tucked in for the night.
I'm perfectly capable of going to bed myself. Good night, Mother.
Mother, are you upset?
Yes.
Why?
It's your father, Meg. I miss him very much.
What does Miss What's-It have to do with Father?
Your father and I used to have a joke about tesseracts. It's rather difficult to explain. It's a concept, you see. Your father and I were working on it.
So all of this has something to do with Father?
It would seem so.
But how?
I don't understand it any more than you, Meg, but I've come to learn that you do not have to understand things for them to be.
Yeah, I know. I guess I'll just have to accept things without me.
Yeah. But don't worry about Charles Wallace. He'll find his own way.
Okay.
I'm sorry I showed you I was upset. Good night, Meg.
Good night, Mother. You'll be back, Mother. You'll be back.
Margaret Mary created a disturbance during social studies. Teacher noticed lack of attention.
She couldn't concentrate on the lecture. Her eyes were barely open.
Inside behavioral issues such as insubordination.
When asked to name the principal imports and exports of Nicaragua, she couldn't remember a single one.
Who cares about the imports and exports of Nicaragua anyhow?
For her rudeness, Margaret was sent to the principal again.
Great. Another horrible day.
Come on, Meg, let's go.
Go? Go where?
I thought we better go see Mrs. What's-It.
Oh, Charles, you know how Mother feels about us going off into those woods.
Mother's in the lab. She won't even notice we're gone. Plus, I want to find out more about that tesseract thing. Did you see how it upset Mother? You know when she lets us see she's upset, then it's something big.
Okay, but not for long.
School awful again today?
Yeah, I got sent to Mr. Jenkins. He made
Comments about Father? I know.
Charles.
What? I can't help it. You tell me, you see, sort of inadvertently.
Inadvertently?
That's a good word, isn't it? I got Mother to look up in the dictionary for me. I really must learn to read, except I'm afraid it'll make it awfully hard when I start school next year, and I already know things.
Yeah.
Wait, somebody's here.
Where? I don't see anyone.
Following us, I think. Whoever's out there, stop hiding. Come out, show yourself.
I wasn't hiding.
Alvin O'Keefe?
You're two of the Murray kids, right?
Who is he, Meg?
I don't know. Let's go, Charles.
Tell us why you're here.
This isn't your property, is it? What are you doing here?
Tell me about him.
He's a big deal at school. Popular.
We shouldn't hold too much against him. What else?
I don't know. He's on the basketball team.
Just because I'm tall?
What are you doing here?
What is this, the third degree? Aren't you the one who's supposed to be the moron?
Hey, that's right. And if you want to know why we're here, you'll have to talk first.
Okay, I just came to get away from my family.
What kind of family?
It's, complicated. There's a lot of us. I'm third from the top 11 kids. I'm a sport.
So am I.
Not like in baseball.
I know.
I mean like in biology.
A change in genes resulting in the appearance and the offspring of a character which is not present in the parents, but which is potentially transmissible to its offspring.
I was told you couldn't talk.
Thinking I'm a moron gives people something to feel smug about. Why should I disillusion them?
You're the strangest moron I've ever met.
All right, let's get going. It's getting dark. Mother's gonna wonder where we are.
But where are you going?
You still haven't told us why we're here.
I told you.
The truth.
Okay, sometimes I get a feeling about things. It's called a compulsion. Do you know what a compulsion is?
Constraint. Obligation. Because one is compelled. Not a very good definition, but it's concise Oxford.
Okay. Anyways, when I get this feeling, this compulsion, I always do what it tells me. And today I got this feeling.
That you had to come over to the haunted house.
Exactly. So, what do you think of that?
I believe you.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think I'd like to trust you. We're going to the haunted house too. Let's take him to see Mrs. Whatsit. If he's not okay, she'll know.
What? Who?
It's hard to explain.
Are you coming?
Do you want to come?
Sure, yeah. Why not? Lead on, moron. Just joking. So, what about you? Do you get these feelings too?
No,
Meg has it tough. She's not really one thing or the other.
What do you mean I'm not one thing or the other?
Oh, Meg.
Don't oh Meg me, I'm still your big sister. What was that?
I guess we've arrived. This place is a lot more haunted since the last time I was here.
Was that a rat?
They get a lot of fun out of using all the typical props.
Stay close, Charles.
Boo! Mrs. Who, please take off that sheet.
Hello, Charles.
Mrs. Who, what are you doing here? Why have you taken all this honeycomb sheets?
Le couille asiezo claezo ne connais pas. French, Pascal. The art has its reasons. For a reason, there's nothing.
But that's not appropriate at all.
Your mother would find it so.
We're not talking about my mother.
Oh, well, ghosts, of course. If we need to fright anyone. Not you, my pets. Sorry. For sure, Tatarapt. German. In Fragarte Deltica. Kann the act. English. Yes?
Mrs. Who, do you know this boy?
Good evening, ma'am. I didn't quite catch your name.
Not my idea, Charlesley, but a good one. He is.
Where's Mrs. Whatsit?
Busy inside. The time has come, the Wobber said. Oh, getting your time. He's a good man, but now needs our help.
Who?
Little Mexie, lovely to meet your father, of course. Now go home, eat, rest. Just the eyes, sure he does. Faith is a sister of justice. Trustness, go off, shoo.
Charles?
I don't understand either. Not quite. Let's not talk about it until we've had something to eat. I need fuel so I can sort this out. I think you better come home with us and have dinner. Do you like stew?
Charles Wallace, you cannot just go asking people.
Why not? Mother always makes more than enough food.
She's probably burned it.
She gets preoccupied with her science experiments.
He's not going to come, right? Right? Or do you have a feeling about dinner too?
As a matter of fact, I do. I've never even seen your house, but I got the funniest feeling for the first time I'm going home.
Okay.
Stew it is.
Mother!
We're home.
I'm in here. Wipe your feet. Stew for dinner. But don't tell the twins that I'm cooking in the lab. They're always a little suspicious that some chemicals may get mixed in with their meal.
It smells super, Mother. This is Calvin O'Keefe. Is there enough room too?
Oh, yes. Hello, Calvin. Is that all right with your parents?
Yes, I don't think they'll even notice.
There is a lot of O'Keefe kids.
Well, we're glad we get to borrow one of them.
Fuel. I need fuel.
Apples on the counter. But don't eat too many. Dinner soon.
So, is everyone around here a genius or what?
No, I'm the dumb one.
Meg. Ask her about something you're learning in science.
That wouldn't be fair. I'm a few years ahead of her.
Go ahead.
Okay. What's E equals MC squared?
Einstein's equation, of course.
What's the E stand for?
Energy,
M?
mass,
C?
is square velocity in light in centimeters per second. This is
Now, try math.
What's the square root of 5?
This is silly. Let's stop. 2.236.
Hey,
See?
impressive.
It's not.
To me it is.
The problem with Meg and math is that she knows far too many shortcuts from her father. Then, when people ask her to do it the long way, she sets up a fine mental block for herself. She can be quite stubborn.
Mother!
But it's true. Now let me finish up here, and then we can get dinner on the table. I'm almost finished.
You want to see the garden?
Sure.
We're glad to have you, Calvin.
Me too, believe me. After you.
So we've got corn and the last of the green beans. Pumpkins over there. This is the twins' garden. They take care of it mostly. And orchids over there. Why are you looking so, goofy?
Am I? I can't help it. You know what being here is like? It's like, I don't know. I'm not alone anymore.
But you're never alone. You play basketball. You're good in school. Everybody likes you.
For all the most unimportant reasons, it's not really me. I never really had anyone I could talk to. Here, I feel differently.
Do?
Yeah. Hey, maybe we weren't meant to meet before this. I knew who you were in school, but I didn't know you. I'm glad we've met now. We're gonna be friends, you know.
Yeah, I know. This is also weird.
So, what's going on with your dad?
What?
I mean, that woman we met at the haunted house, she was talking about him, right?
I don't know what she was talking about.
But you know more than I do. Where is your father? He's a physicist, right? He's supposed to have run off with another woman, right?
That is not true.
Hey, I didn't say I believed it, did I?
My father works for the government. He's on a classified mission. We haven't heard from him yet, and they won't tell us where he is. All right?
All right. So, what do they tell you?
Nothing. Mother's been down to Washington and everything. But all they say is they're not able to communicate, and they'll give us news when they have it.
Meg, don't get angry, but do you ever think maybe they don't know?
That's what I'm afraid of. I hate when I lose my temper.
It's all right.
I wish I were a different person. I hate myself.
Meg, don't be a moron. Don't you hear the nicest thing that's happened to me in a while?
I wish you would quit saying that word.
Okay, break it up, you two. I wasn't spying, but this is it.
This is what?
We're going.
Going where?
I don't know exactly, but I think it's to find Father. Come on.
It begins.
What was that?
It's Mrs. Witch.
I don't think I'll materialize completely. I find it very tiring when we have much to do.
What's going on?
Time to go.
No, stop this!
Quiet, child.
Charles! I'm in a nightmare. I want to wake up. Let me wake up!
I really think you should have warned us. Meg, Calvin, where are you?
Give me a little time, will ya? Remember, I'm bigger than you are.
Where's Meg?
Well,
I'm right here.
Mrs. Witch, you haven't left Meg behind, have you?
Margaret!
There you are.
But where is there?
When shall we three meet again? In thunder and lightning or in rain?
I am so very glad every time we return here. Smell the breeze.
Butterfly.
If you two ladies have had your fun, I think you should tell Meg and Calvin a little bit more about this all. You scared Meg half out of her wits whisking her off all this way without any warning.
Inexerent, amini, raro, equiputura, loquentis. Tax and burlesque words inclined.
Mrs. Who, I'd wish you stopped quoting.
But Charles, dear, she finds it so hard to verbalize. It is better if she can quote instead of working out words of her own.
And we mustn't lose our senses of humor. The only way to cope with something deadly serious is to try to treat it a little lightly.
where are we now?
Uriel, third planet star Mike, and the spiral messier 101.
That I'm supposed to believe?
As you like.
Well, someone even tell me how we even got here. Even traveling at the speed of light, it would take us years and years just to get here.
Oh, we don't travel at the speed of light. We don't travel at the speed of anything. We tesser, or you might say we wrinkle.
Clear as mud.
You talk about traveling at the speed of light. That, of course, is an impractical, long way around. We tend to take shortcuts, whenever possible.
Sort of like in math?
Like in math. Take your skirt and show them.
La experiencia es la madre de la ciencia. Spanish, my dears, Cervantes. Experience is the mother of knowledge.
You see, if a very small insect were to travel from the section of skirt in Mrs. Who's right hand to that in her left, it'd be quite a long journey for him to go straight across.
But now you would see he would be there already without the long journey.
I see.
I don't.
You're just used to thinking in terms of 3 dimensions.
We travel in the 5th dimension.
The 5th dimension's a tesseract.
In other words, the line is not the shortest distance between 2 points. I got it! For just a moment, I got it! Calvin, did you get it?
Enough. I think. Enough to get the idea.
It was a concept your mother and father were working on. Tesseracts.
So, Father, oh, is my father here?
Not here, Meg. Let Miss Wetzel explain. She is young and the language of words is easier for her.
Is my father all right?
For the moment, love, yes. But
where is he? Please take me to him.
you have to be patient, Meg.
But I'm not patient. I've never been patient.
Show them.
Now?
Now.
Should I change?
They may as well know now.
I hope it won't upset the children too much.
I changed too? Oh, these clothes. So fun. Now transform?
Not yet. You may wait.
Now, don't be afraid, my darlings.
Watch.
She walks in beauty, like the night, of countless climes and starry skies, meter and aspect in her eyes, which heaven to gaudy day denies, which mellowed to that tender light.
No, Calvin, not to me. Never to me. Stand up.
But what do we call you now?
Oh, my darlings, you can't go on changing my name every time I metamorphose, and I've had such a pleasure being Miss Whatsit. I think we better keep to that.
Miss Whatsit?
Yes, Charles?
It's good to see you.
And you as well.
Carry them.
Climb aboard, my children.
Up you go, Charles.
I'm fine.
Be careful.
Look, the mountains are so tall you can't see where they end.
Hold on, Charles.
Are we going up there?
Yes.
The singing, where is it coming from?
The earth, the waters, and the air itself.
And your wings are making the song happen.
Yes.
What's it saying?
It can't go into your words. I can't possibly go into your words.
It's beautiful.
It is. Are you getting any of it, Charles?
A little. I can almost understand it.
But there isn't time. You may slide off now. We have landed.
Landed where? I can't see anything.
You must be on top of the mountain.
Close to.
It's like we're nowhere. Everything's gray.
There is not excellent beauty that hath not some strangeness in the proportion. Come on, children. Not far to go.
But where are we going?
A front to see. Don't be afraid. There's nothing to fear but fear itself. Roosevelt, or was it Churchill?
And there's certainly nothing to fear from the happy medium.
Happy medium?
Oh, you'll love her. She's very jolly. If I ever saw her sad myself, I would be depressed. So, as long as she laughs, everything will turn out all right.
Miss Whatsit, just because you are young is no excuse for talking so much.
Sorry, Miss Witch.
We are here.
Ah, the visitors.
Medium, dear. These are the children. Margaret Murray.
Ah, yes, yes.
Charles Was Murray.
Of course he is, of course.
And Calvin O'Keefe.
In person. So real. Delighted. May I grab you some nectar, perhaps? Or ambrosia? No.
Actually, Medium, we haven't time. We would like them to see their home planet.
Oh. Oh, why would you like them to see such unpleasant things when there are so many delightful ones to see?
Unpleasant?
There will no longer be so many pleasant things to look at if responsible people don't do something about the unpleasant ones.
Yes, you're right, of course. Oh well, look well, children. Look well.
Look, stars.
There's your own Milky Way.
We're getting closer. There's a planet.
It's so clear.
Yes.
I can see polar ice caps.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
red.
Medium dear, that's Mars.
Do I have to?
Yes, show them now. There. That's the Earth. See the continents?
Yes, but what's that dark thing around it?
The shadow grows, dark and deep and cold, spreading over your world, growing larger and stronger. And where the shadow grows, the stars disappear. Cold beyond breath, destroyer of light, fear beyond death, bringer of night.
I hate it. I hate it.
Yes, but what is it?
It's evil. It's the power of darkness.
Did it just come here while we've been gone?
No, Meg, it has covered your Earth for a great many of years. That is why your planet is such a troubled one.
What can we do about it? What's gonna happen?
We will continue to fight.
Watch, children, watch. A light, a great burst of light shoots through the shadow. The light spreads outward. Where it once was, only a gentle shining remains. And through the shining,
Come the stars, clear and pure.
No shadow, no fear.
see? It can be overcome. It is being overcome all the time. Oh my.
We're medium dear, worn out, I think.
My father, is he fighting the dark thing too?
Yes, Meg, he is behind the darkness, even though we cannot see him.
And where is that?
Camazotz, a planet that has given in to the shadow.
What can we do? Then let's help him. Let's go to him.
Are you ready?
Of course we are. What are we waiting for? Let's go to him now, please.
As you wish. We must go behind the shadow.
What's going to happen?
Children, do not be frightened.
Stay angry, Meg. You will need it.
Angry, why? What's happening? Oh!
Charles, I'm okay. Calvin, are you all right?
I think so.
Did you feel that? That coldness?
It was trying to get me.
Is this Camazotz?
Yes.
But this looks like home. Birches, pines, ooh, maples.
There seems to be a town down there. I can see smokestacks.
We can't stay with you. You 3 children, on your own.
We will be near you. We will be watching you. But you will not be able to see us, and we will not be able to come to you.
Is Father here?
Yes, but we cannot tell you where.
You will need help. For Calvin, a hint. For those most poem ministers into a cloven pine, which in rift and prison. Calvin, for Charles. Remember, you do not know everything. Knowledge for you, little blind as a bat, but you, my glasses. Do not use them except as a last resort. Save them for the final moments of your life.
I can only give a talisman. Calvin, your greatest gift is the ability to communicate with all kinds of people. I will strengthen that gift. Use it well.
You're afraid for us.
A little.
But if you weren't afraid to do what you did as a star, why should you be afraid for us now?
But I was afraid. Meg, I give you your faults.
My faults?
Your faults.
But I'm always trying to get rid of my faults.
Yes, but I think you will find that they come in handy on Camazotz. Charles, to you, I can only give the resilience of childhood.
It is time.
The danger here is greatest for you.
Why?
Because of what you are.
You are far the most vulnerable. You must stay with Meg and Calvin. Do not go off on your own. Beware of pride and arrogance, Charles, for they may betray you.
Now I think I know what you mean about being afraid.
Only a fool is not afraid. Now go. Good luck, my children.
To all three of you, I give my command. Go down into the town, go together. Do not let them separate you. Be strong.
They're gone. We're on our own.
I can't feel them at all. We got this.
Let's go.
Welcome to Camazotz. Each house in our town
is exactly alike. Cozy units painted gray. Each has a small rectangular plot of manicured lawn in front of the house. The flowers all make perfect lines. Pink, blue, pink, blue, pink, blue.
Our neighborhood
is top of the line. We watch our kids with civic pride. Every day at 3 o'clock, I play ball in front of the house. I bounce the ball in perfect time. Bounce down, bounce down.
How do they do that?
Let's go back.
Back where?
I don't know. Anywhere. Back to the hill. Back to Mrs. Whatsit. I don't like this.
Come on, you know we can't go back. Mrs. Whatsit said to go into town. We've got to find Father.
But what's wrong with them?
Do you know, Charles? Can't you work on them?
I'm trying, but I can't get through anywhere. I can't get in.
Whose children are you? Children on the block aren't supposed to be out unsupervised.
We didn't know that, ma'am. We're strangers here.
We don't want to get anyone in trouble. We just want to...
What are you doing on our block anyway? Where are your papers?
Are you the examiners? No matter. Everyone knows our city has the best Central Intelligence Center on the planet. Our production levels are the highest, and our machines never stop rolling.
We have 5 poets, 1 musician, and 3 artists, all perfectly channeled.
What are you quoting from?
The manual, of course, all perfectly channeled. There's been no trouble of any kind for centuries.
That is why we are the capital city of Camazotz. That is why it makes its home here.
It? Where is this central intelligence of yours?
Just up the way there.
What is this it?
Who are you? Show us your papers.
Are you supposed to ask questions?
I humbly beg your pardon. I must continue with my program, or I will have to talk my timing into the explainer. Excuse me.
Our whole block was completely reprocessed last month. Enjoy your stay.
What was that? It's almost like they were possessed.
What are they so afraid of? The whole thing stinks.
Come on, let's find Father. He'll be able to explain it all to us.
Then let's go. They said central. Intelligence is right over there.
But if Father's in trouble with this planet, isn't that exactly where we shouldn't go?
But we haven't the faintest idea where to look, and in my opinion, that's the best place to start. If you have a better idea, Meg, why, of course, just say so.
Oh, get down off your high horse. Let's go to your old Central Intelligence and get it over with.
Wait. There's a bad feeling I'm getting from this. Why don't you and Charles Wallace stay there, and I'll report back to you?
No. Mrs. Whatsit told us not to go off by ourselves.
She told you not to go by yourself. I'm the oldest, and I should go first.
No. Charles is right, Calvin. We have to stay together. Let's go.
Upon your arrival, the doors to Central Intelligence slide open just for you, leaving an enormous hall of cool, pale green. Please enter.
Nothing to fear.
What?
Nothing to fear but fear itself. I'm quoting, like Mrs. Who. I'm terrified.
So am I. Come on.
Charles, what is it?
He's trying to
get at me. He's crying.
Welcome.
Who, Charles?
Down the hall.
I don't know, but he's trying to get in at me. I can feel him.
Let's go back.
Walk down the hall.
No, we have to go on. We can't make decisions based on fear.
At the end of the hall, you will find a platform. On that platform, you will find a chair. And on that chair, you will find me. I have been waiting for you. Hope you've had a very pleasant visit so far.
Very educational.
Really? And perhaps you can tell me how it has been educational. Can you tell me? Can you? Can you?
Close your eyes. Don't look at the light in his eyes, or he'll hypnotize you.
Very smart, aren't you? Focusing your eyes would, of course, help. But there are other ways, my little man. There are other ways.
If you try them on me, I shall kick you.
There's no need for you to fight me. Why would you want to fight someone who is only here to save you trouble? I shall take on all responsibility, all the messy burdens of thought and decision.
We'll make our own decisions, thank you.
And of course, and our decisions shall be one, yours and mine. So much easier that way. Watch. Let us say our multiplication tables together.
No.
1 times 1 is 1.
Mary,
1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 3 is 3. 1 times 4 is 4.
Years ago, our father brought forth on this continent a new nation conceived in liberty.
1 times 6 is...
Father, where is he?
Splendid, splendid. You've passed your preliminary test with flying colors.
Please, sir. The only reason we're here is because we think our father's here. Do you know where to find him?
It's not if I can, young lady, but if I will.
Will you then?
That depends. Why do you want him?
Why? We don't want him for a reason. We want him because he's our father. We want to see him right now.
Patience, my young lady. Whether or not you see your father depends on how you cooperate.
Why should we trust you?
What caused you have to distrust me?
Because you aren't you. You aren't what's talking to us. I don't know where it's coming from, but it's coming through you. It isn't you.
Very smart, aren't you?
It's not that I'm smart.
Don't be so modest, little man. Try to find out who I am.
I've been trying.
Look into my eyes. Look deep within them, and I shall tell you.
If I get in, can I get out again?
Yes, of course, if you want to. But I don't think you will want to.
Charles, don't. Let me do it.
Or me.
It's only Charles Wallace's whose neurological systems are complex enough. Charles, why don't you come in and find out who I am?
If I come in, not to stay, you understand, will you tell us where our father is?
Yes, that is a promise. And I don't make promises lightly.
Okay. Let's go. Charles? Yes, Meg? What is it? No. No.
What's wrong, Meg?
What's happened? What's happened to Charles? I'm right here, Meg. He's not there anymore. Look at his eyes. Be sensible, Meg. Calvin, that isn't Charles Wallace. It's only a copy of Charles Wallace. Where is he? What have you done with him?
There he is, before you, completely well and happy for the first time in his life.
You know that's not him. You've got him somewhere.
There's no use talking to him, Meg. Don't lose control. Not now. Hold Charles Wallace tight. He's in there somewhere, underneath, and we won't let them take him away from us.
Let go of me, Meg. You know I don't like being grabbed. You're hurting me, Meg. Let go.
No.
Meg, listen to me. We've been all wrong. Mrs. What's-it, Mrs. Witch, and Mrs. Who have confused us. They're the ones who are really our enemies.
Ha.
Meg, listen to me. We've misunderstood. We've been fighting our friend and father's friend. You don't understand what a beautiful place we've come to. Just look into the eyes of our good friend here, dear sister, and he will take you in, as he has taken us all in.
Taking you in is right. You never once in your life have called me dear sister.
Hush a minute, Meg. All right, you know you have Charles Wallace hypnotized.
That's the most primitive way of putting it, yes.
If you are a friend, who are you?
That is not for you to know. All you need to know is that I am the prime conductor.
Are you going to take us to Mr. Murray?
No.
You promised.
Charles Wallace will conduct you.
Charles Wallace?
Yeah, maybe about time now.
Come.
Why did you let him do it?
Let me tell you something about this place. The beautiful planet
of Camazotz.
On Camazotz, we have conquered all illness, all deformities.
We?
We let no one suffer. No one is in pain.
How?
If anybody is sick or hurting, we simply end discomfort by putting them to sleep.
You mean you have them murdered?
Murder is such a primitive word. There is no such thing as murder on Camazotz. It takes care of all such things.
It? What does that mean?
It's because of it that things run so smoothly here. Camazotz is
one mind. It is
because
it.
of it.
What is this it?
It's because of it that things run so smoothly here. Camazotz is
One mind
because of
it.
Well, what is this it?
There he is.
Father!
Wait!
What?
He's behind something transparent, like glass. Look, he doesn't even see or hear us. It's like one of those two-way mirrors where we can see in, but they can't see out.
Looks so old.
He does look a mess, doesn't he?
Charles, that's Father! Father!
So what?
Let me into him, please, Charles.
You must do as I have done and go into it.
Into it.
No, how about being a zombie help my father?
It wants you, Margaret, and it will get you.
And for thou was a spirit too delicate to act her earthly and abhorred commands. She disconfined thee into a cloven pine. Charles!
What do you want?
Good thing you had the tempest last year in school, isn't it, Charles? The witch put Ariel into the cloven pine.
Stop staring at me.
And you're like Ariel, trapped inside the pine. I can get you out, Charles. Look at me, Charles. I can get you out. Come back to us, Charles. Come back.
No!
I almost did it. I almost got him out.
Calvin, try Father. He's in prison too.
But he can't see me, Meg. He can't see me. I don't know what to do. They're asking too much of us.
Mrs. Hugh's glasses. Maybe they could.
Give me those glasses.
Look, the walls. They're rearranging.
Go through, Meg. Go.
Father!
Meg, is that you? What are you doing here?
Of course it's me, Father. Can't you see me?
No, Meg, I can't.
Here, put on these glasses.
I'm afraid your glasses won't help, Meg.
They're not mine. They're Mrs. Hugh's. Try them on, please. Can you see now?
Yes, I can. The walls, they're rearranging and, oh, Meg, my Meg. And is that Charles Wallace? Look how much older he's gotten.
It hasn't, Father. He's gone to it. We have to help him.
You're right, Meg. Put your hand on my shoulder. Close your eyes and don't let go.
It's trying to get at me.
Hold on, Meg.
It is not pleased. It is not pleased at all.
Charles Wallace.
What do you want?
You're talking now?
He just started after you left. Full sentences.
Big deal.
I'm your father, Charles.
So?
Charles doesn't like that. It has him.
Oh, yes, Meg, I see. Charles, come here.
No.
Charles, I said come here.
Come off it. You're not the boss around here.
But I'm your father.
That's it talking to Charles. He isn't like that. Ask Calvin. Calvin?
Make your introductions later. It does not like to be kept waiting.
We can't go to it. You can't take Meg there.
Oh, can't I?
Father, you can't talk to him as if he was Charles. Don't you understand?
Yes, Meg, I do. I just don't understand what I can do.
Come along. We must go.
Charles, stop!
Come on, Meg.
Why isn't he doing something? Why isn't he helping? I thought once we found Father, everything would be all right.
We've got to go.
I don't want to go into it. I can't go.
We can't leave Charles. They wouldn't like it.
Who?
Mrs. What's It and Company.
But they betrayed us. They brought us here to this terrible place and abandoned us.
Well, you can sit down and give up if you'd like. I'm sticking with Charles.
Wait, I didn't mean, wait.
All minds, one mind. All minds, one mind. It waits, it calls, it wants you now.
See what's waiting for you here, dear sister?
Charles, please, no.
a disembodied brain, a brain to think for all minds, one mind. Let your mind belong to it.
Don't give in.
I won't. Help Meg.
Control.
Oh, Meg, fight it.
I can't.
Meg, remember what Mrs. What's it gave you? Your faults.
My faults? What? Impatience, stubbornness, and anger?
Give in.
Give in.
No, shut up. Mary had a little lamb as fleece.
No, Meg, that's too rhythmic.
We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal. That.
Exactly what we have here on Camazotz. Everyone alike. Complete equality.
No, like and equal are not the same things at all.
Good girl, Meg. Don't let it think for you. Try something else. The periodic table of elements. You know them, Meg. Say them.
One times
yes,
one is
hydrogen,
one.
helium. What's
One
next?
times
Yes,
two
lithium,
is
beryllium,
two.
boron,
One
sodium.
times three is three.
Test her, sir.
One
You have to
times
test her.
four is
I don't
four.
know how.
One
You have
times
to.
five
Test
is
her.
five. One times.
My eyes won't open. My hands won't move. My mouth won't open. I'm so cold, so cold.
Her heart's beating so slowly.
Charles?
You were knocked out for a minute too, Meg. You'll be all right. I'm sure of it.
I can't move.
Try. Wiggle your fingers. Wiggle your toes.
I can't. Why?
I'm sorry, Meg. I don't know. I don't test it very well. I think I might have overshot somehow. And I think you're so cold because for a moment, we passed through the dark thing, and I thought it was going to tear you away from me.
I'm frozen. Why? Where are we? You don't even know where we are. You lost Charles Wallace. What good are you?
Look. What are they?
I don't know. Animals, maybe?
No, they're intelligent, and they've seen us.
How can you tell?
I can just tell. Good evening, sir, ma'am. Can you understand me?
Who are you?
I'm Calvin Oak. We're from Earth. This girl, Meg, is injured. She's terribly cold.
Don't come near me. Go away. Don't.
Meg?
Meg, are you all right?
Warm, so warm.
Come here, child.
What are you doing?
Healing the child.
We frighten you?
What are you going to do with us?
Sorry, you communicate better with the other one. Who are you?
I'm Calvin O'Keefe.
What is that?
A boy. A young man.
You two are afraid?
I'm not sure.
Tell me, what would you do if we arrived on your planet?
Shoot you, I guess?
Is that what we should do with you?
I'd rather you not. We don't make the best decisions on our Earth.
Perhaps they aren't used to visitors from other planets.
You, oldest man, from where have you come now?
From a planet called Camazotz.
I can hear the child, but you must leave us.
No.
The child is no danger from us. You must trust us.
Don't leave me the way you left Charles Wallace.
The sickness seems to spread inside as well as out. This little, what is it you call it?
Girl.
This little girl needs prompt and special care. The coldness of the, what is it you call it?
The dark thing.
The dark thing, yes. The dark thing burns unless it is counteracted properly.
Can you save her?
I think so.
Can I stay with her?
No, but you'll not be far away.
All right, then. We have no other alternative.
Father, Calvin, I'm so tired.
Then sleep, child, sleep. During the coldness, we sleep.
You're so soft. You must be good. Good.
Are you awake, little one? What a funny little tadpole you are. Is the pain gone?
Yes, I'm fine.
No, be still. Do not exert yourself as yet. The dark thing does not relinquish its victims willingly.
Why is it so dark here? Do you have any lights?
What is this light?
I do not know.
We do not understand. Your father and the boy Calvin say it is night now on our planet and that they cannot see. We do not understand what this means to see.
Well, it's what things look like.
Look like?
We do not know what things look like, as you say. We know what things are like.
What should I call you, please?
Well, now, first, try not to say any words just a moment. Think within your own mind. Think of all the things you call people.
Mother special, a one name. Father you have here, no, not friend, nor teacher, nor brother, nor sister. Aunt, maybe, yes, that will perhaps do. Oh, but you think such odd words about me, thing. And monster? Monster, what a horrid sort of word. Beast, yes, that will do. Aunt Beast.
Aunt Beast. And what about you?
You can call me Cousin Beast.
That's perfect. I feel much better now.
Are you ready to see your father and Calvin again?
Yes, please.
Call them.
You may enter now.
Meg, hey Meg.
They promised us you were all right.
I'm fine.
We were trying to work out a plan to rescue Charles Wallace. However, since we feel I made such a great mistake tessering away from it, it still had Charles. It would not be wise for me to go back.
These people know about tessering, but they can't do it onto a dark planet.
Have you tried to call Mrs. Whatsit?
Not yet.
Well, if you haven't thought of anything else, it's the only thing to do. Don't you care about Charles Wallace at all?
Child.
We've got to ask them for help now. You're just stupid if you think we don't.
We are here.
We are not quite materialized yet. There wasn't time. You wanted us? Mrs. Whatsit, Father left Charles Wallace. He left him on Camzots. You have to save him. Save him, please. Meg, you know we can do nothing on Camzots. But we can't do anything either. You have to save him. Meg, I thought you would know this is not our place.
I'm honored to meet you three. I'm sorry my glasses are broken and I cannot see you very well.
Not necessary to see us.
If you could teach me enough about Tesser so I could go back to Camazotz.
What then?
I will try to take my child away from it.
You will not succeed.
I understand now.
What do you understand?
That it has to be me. I'm closest to Charles. Father's been away for so long they don't even know each other. And Calvin's just known Charles for such a short time. It has to be me. There isn't anyone else.
No, I will not let my daughter go alone into this danger.
It's the only way.
You have the courage to go alone?
No, but it doesn't matter.
Is she strong enough to test her again?
If Witch takes her, she can manage.
If it will help, I could go too and hold her.
Oh, Aunt Beast.
No, you know it has to be Meg.
I understand. I just wanted you to know that I would.
Meg, don't be afraid. We will try to have courage for you. Good luck, Meg.
Come this way.
We will wait her turn together.
Are you coming with me, Mrs. Whatsit? No, only Miss Witch. The dark thing. It almost got me. Your father is inexperienced, yet worth teaching. We will not let the dark thing get you. But suppose I don't get Charles Wallace away from you. We gave you gifts the last time you went to Camazotz. We will not let you go empty-handed this time. Meg, I give you my love. My love always. Never forget that.
What I give you this time, try not to understand word by word, but in a flash. God has chosen the weak things of the world to confound the mighty, and God has chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise. May the right prevail. I cannot hold your hand, child. I have not given you my gift. My gift to you is something that it has not. That something is your only weapon, but you must find it for yourself.
What have I got that it hasn't got? What have I possibly got? It is used to being resisted. That's what Father said. Is that what I've got that it hasn't got? No, I'm sure it can resist. It just isn't used to having other people resist. I'm going to Charles Wallace. That's what's important. Father said it was all right for me to be afraid. And Mrs. Hu said, I actually don't understand what she said, but I think it was for me not hate being the way that I am. And Mrs. Whatsit says she loves me. That's quite something to be loved by someone like, what have I got that it hasn't got? You have nothing that it hasn't got. How nice to have you back, dear sister.
We've been waiting for you.
We knew Mrs. Whatsit would send you. She is our friend, you know. No, you lie. As long as I can stay angry enough, it can't get me.
Is that what I have that it doesn't have?
You have nothing that it doesn't have.
Shut up, you thing. You're lying.
You have nothing that it doesn't have. Nothing.
I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. I hate you.
Very good. Hate is nothing that it doesn't have. It knows all about hate.
You're lying about Mrs. Whatsit.
Mrs. Whatsit hates you.
Mrs. Whatsit loves me. That's what she told me, that she loves me. That's what I have that it doesn't have. I have Mrs. Whatsit's love, father's, mother's, and Aunt Bee's love, and Charles Wallace's love, the real Charles Wallace, and I love them too. Charles Wallace, you are my baby brother. You take care of me. I love you. Come back to me and away from it. I love you, I love you, I love you.
Meg. Meg, are we home? You did it, you saved me.
Mrs. Witch helped me, Tessa. But what about Father and Calvin?
Meg, Charles Wallace, dinner's ready. What's the matter? Where have you guys been?
Where have we been? We've been everywhere. Uriel and Camazotz, and we fought it, and Meg saved me, and...
Meg, what is he talking about?
We went to find Father. Mrs. Whatsit is right. There is such thing as a Tesseract.
There is such a thing. Then you found him.
Meg, we're here.
We're home. You're home. But how is that possible?
Come, Kate. There is much to tell.
Wait, do you feel them? I do.
Abayadi, Yaboteadi. Arabic. Home, sweet home.
Now,
I'm sorry, my darlings. We didn't have time to say a proper goodbye. You see, we had to...
But we never learned what it was that Mrs. Whatsit
Mrs. Witch?
and Mrs. Who had to do. For there was a gust of wind, and they were gone.
Let's hear it for the cast of A Wrinkle in Time. And for the crew. And for our daycast friends. Come on, come and join us. Walk, don't be silly. A lovely ensemble of actors. One more bow. I would like to say just 3 things. This was a big play. It was a big play with a big double cast of very busy people. And they made me wait a long time. Thank you. But they did it, and I'm ever so proud of them. And I would also very much like to thank the adults backstage who helped this go. Mr. Florio, Miss Bowman, and Miss Segovia. We're very, very grateful to you. Yes, thank you. And I don't know how much you noticed, but for the first time in my 23-year career here, we have surround sound. And it really, I think, enhanced the story, the telling of the story of this play, and that is Mr. LaJoy, for whom we are very grateful. All right, we're going to change, and then there's a lovely reception planned by the parents in the lobby, so thank you all very much.